welcome to our next episode of Soulmate Twin Flame Gurus. I'm Sophia, and I'm here with Sarah. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
You know what we're going to talk about today?
Oh, God. What?
We're going to talk about ghosting in soulmate and twin flame relationships. But before we launch into this, one of our favorite topics, I would just like to say that to avoid confusion and to respect everyone's beliefs, we're using the terms twin flame, soulmates, and spiritual connections or spiritual partnerships because everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. So this makes it easy so everyone can choose the label that they best identify with. So choose for yourself which labels resonate best with you. But today we're going to be talking about ghosting. And this is when a soulmate or twin flame literally disappears from your life and refuses to have anything to do with you. So, Sarah, what is ghosting exactly?
Okay, well, ghosting is the ending of a relationship by basically ceasing all communication with no goodbye conversation, no email, phone call, text, nothing. They literally disappear from your lives like poof, and then refuse to have anything to do with you. No reason, no warning, none of that will be given. The ghost will never provide an explanation of why they're terminating the relationship, why they refuse to talk to you. They won't tell you why. They will also ignore and refuse to answer any communication from their, soulmate or twin flame, you. Ghosting sometimes happens when soulmates and twin flames are not even having problems or issues. And believe it or not, from talking to our clients, that happens more often than when they actually are having problems. It literally comes out of left field with zero word or warning.
And then they literally become a ghost. So why do so many of these spiritual relationships for soulmates and twin flames involve ghosting? These are supposed to be spiritually involved people, but mainly because of the commonplace running behavior in spiritual partnerships. This is what creates this ghosting phenomenon. And they're called runners for a good reason. But it's important to remember that runners aren't really running from you. They're not running from their soulmate or their twin flame or their spiritual counterpart or partner, whatever. They're running from their feelings and the relationship because it just becomes too much for them. And it doesn't matter if a relationship is going through any difficulties or not. They can and will run regardless of the status of the relationship. And ghosting is one of their favorite ways to pull a runner. It's also the easiest way for them to pull a runner. Oh, I'm just going to disappear. I'm just not going to talk to this person. Bye. Only there's no bye.
Yeah, exactly. And if you do get an explanation from them, chances are it's not going to make any sense. I mean, it's really not going to be something that where you go, so you're going to end our relationship over that? It's ridiculous. Rarely will they tell you the truth, truthfully, about why they ran in the first place. They can't articulate why because they haven't yet worked it out for themselves. I mean, this isn't an excuse, saying for them, but they're trying to work through what the hell is going on, and are now acting out of fear because they can't really get a grip on it themselves. So it's almost impossible for them to tell you the truth because they're not telling themselves the truth. So, a lot of times they'll just make up some complete lie, or they'll take the cowardly way out, which is ghosting. This is why ghosting in soulmate and twin flame relationships is so commonplace. So, Sophia, how should someone handle the situation of a spiritual partner ghosting them?
Well, the first thing you have to do is just let go of it for now. You can't chase them. Well, you can try to chase them, but they're just going to run further away if you do try to chase them. I mean, you can't chase a runner just like you can't chase a ghost. And that's just going to lead to more frustration for you. And although the ghosting thing is definitely one of the most hurtful things that a human being can do to another, you will have further frustration, more frustrations for yourself, and more hurt if you actually try to initiate contact or force a conversation or anything like that. So let it go. If they won't talk to you, you don't need to send them text or leave messages and have a one-sided conversation with them like you would a ghost. It's also wise to stop rewarding them for their bad behavior, no matter how sad or how insecure you feel. Otherwise, you're teaching them that it's okay for them to ghost you, and it's okay for them to run, because you're going to pat their back and make them feel all better. That's not the tactic that you need to take, because if you go down that path with them, it's going to happen again, and then it will become harder to break.
Yeah, you got to use your common sense instead of your emotions. You know, when a soulmate or twin flame is ghosting you, I mean, we get it. Being ghosted is a very challenging situation. I mean, you want to search for answers because you want a good answer for why they basically, devastated your life. And you're wondering, are they ever going to come back? Is it really over? What did you do? Can you make amends? Blah, 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 all of that stuff. And in truth, you're not going to find that out by stalking their social media, driving by their house, talking to their friends, talking to your friends, or anything else, okay? Because honestly, it's doubtful that they're sharing their real feelings about your connection with anyone. And they're also not telling them what really happened between the two of you and why they really ran. They're going to give them the same bunch of nonsense that they gave you. So, hate to say it, guys, but you're going to have to try to take a break from thinking about all of this. Since you can't find the answers, all you're doing is hurting yourself by looking for them. Deal with your spiritual partner when they returned, not before.
And please remember this, how bad you felt or continue to feel now when your soulmate or twin flame was ghosting you. Remember how long it took for them to come back into your life. Never lose sight of the emotional, spiritual, psychological toll it took on you and how you didn't deserve it because you did nothing. They're the one that created this scenario. Hold on to those feelings because you will need to use them when they are ready to stop ghosting you. They need to understand you won't tolerate this behavior. Otherwise, you'll find yourself getting ghosted again and again.
Yeah, so many people don't seem to realize that nobody can miss you until you're gone. Okay, you may be missing them because you're not hearing from them. But if they keep hearing from you, whether it's, through other people or you're trying to contact them through text or whatever, all you're constantly doing is telling them, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for you, I'm hurting, I'm this, I'm that. You're not gone. They're not, and to them, it's like, what's the rush to come back? You ain't going anywhere. That's really the wrong message to send. And if your soulmate or twin flame is in the habit of ghosting you, you have to admit to yourself that you're handling their return wrong on your end. Look at how you take them back. Are you teaching them anything? You're obviously not learning anything yourself. So you've got to look at your part in this. If you want them to change their role in this crappy ghosting dynamic, you have to change yours too. I mean, it really is time to change how you handle it. You can't control whether or not your spiritual partner resorts to ghosting, but you can control how you handle them being gone and when and how you allow them back into your life. Changing things on your end will often change things on their end. Don't let ghosting become a pattern of behavior in your relationship, or it could take years to fix it. If any of you have had any experience being ghosted on your end in a twin flame or soulmate relationship, please feel free to leave it in our comments. Maybe it can help out somebody else that's going through this experience right now.
Right. You can also find us on several websites, soulmatetwinflamegurus.com and twinflameconnection.com. You can also find us on Instagram at Soulmates and Twin Flames, and on Facebook at Soulmates and Twin Flames. All the links for all our social media and our websites are in our bio at the bottom of the page. Good night, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.